Hello dear students. Let's see some more examples of regular expression. For a change, in the sixth video of regular expression, I have not written the definition of regular expression, but then we very well know each and every part of that definition. Let's see some more examples. In all these examples, we have sigma as a comma b. So we have got only two symbols a and b which can form words or strings. Well, let's see the first example. What does following regular expression generate? And the regular expression given is a plus b in the bracket star. So this is the closure of a plus b. This is a very interesting regular expression. And most of the times we are going to use this regular expression heavily in many bigger regular expressions. I mean, this regular expression will be a small part of a larger regular expression. So it's important to see what does this mean. First of all, let us take a smaller component of this. We have been given a plus b star, but let's see what does a plus b mean. Now from our second video on regular expression, we know that a plus b actually generates a language which is a comma b. Why? Because if you say this is R1, this portion A is R1, this is a regular expression, and B is R2, this is another regular expression. Check that B is also a regular expression. Then union, that is OR of the two regular expression itself is a regular expression, isn't it? So which strings will be accepted by A plus B? Well, those strings which obey the rule of R1 or those strings which obey the rule of R2. And only one string actually satisfies R1, that is A, and only one string satisfies R2, which is B. But all other strings, for instance, double A, double B, AB, BA, triple A, AAB, up to BBB, and all infinite strings will be rejected because the regular expression says except A or B. So A comma B is the language generated by this regular expression. But then we are not asked about A plus B. We are asked about A plus B star, closure of this. You all know that in this bracket A plus B generates A comma B. This is the language. Then you can assume that, or why assume it is that way, that this is A plus B star. Please try to understand, because in the bracket the regular expression given was A plus B, and A plus B generates A comma B, and we are finding closure of the language generated within the bracket. Check that language generated within the bracket is A comma B, and we are finding closure of this. Now the question remains, what is the meaning of this? Now that's very important. This is a set. A comma B is basically elements of a set, and we are finding closure. So let's see, how do you find closure of A comma B? It is basically what we do is we are finding closure of A comma B as a set, isn't it? So if you want to find A comma B closure, then you have to find A comma B raised to 0. A comma B raised to 0 means 0 occurrences of A or B, which will be a null set. Okay. Then you find A comma B raised to 1. Now A comma B raised to 1 means one occurrence of A and one occurrence of B. So the strings will be A comma B, that is same as the set given. Now let us find A comma B raised to 2. How do you interpret A comma B raised to 2 is A comma B Cartesian product with A comma B. Please try to understand that. Because what we are doing is we are raising the set to 2 means in our set notation, it means a comma b, the set is actually Cartesian product with a comma b. That means each element of the left will be joined with each element on the right. So we'll get AA, AB, BA, and BB. Just note this: A was joined with A was also joined with B was joined with A, and B was joined with B. So every element of the left set was actually joined with the element of the right set. Let me make some room again. So what do you understand? We have to find out such Cartesian product for higher powers. But then after learning a few things, we understand what's the pattern. A comma B raised to 0 was epsilon, empty set. A comma B raised to 1 is A comma B. But A comma B raised to 2, although I have written it down here, I'll write it again. It is AA, correct? AB, BA, BB. So what should be A comma B raised to 3? What should be A comma B raised to 4, A comma B raised to 5, and so on, because we are saying A comma B raised to star. Now what do you mean by star? 0 or more occurrences of A comma B. Please try to understand. So what is this A comma B raised to 3? This is A comma B dot A comma B dot A comma B. But we know AB dot AB, we already know what is the result, isn't it? This is the result. That means we are actually finding Cartesian product of this left hand side set with A comma B. Obviously we will get a set where this double A, you watch, the first element of the left set will be joined with the first element of the right set, will get triple A. Similarly, this AA will be joined with B, the second element of the right set, so we'll get AAB. Same thing will be done for the second element of the left set, which is AB, so we'll get ABA, then ABB, then BAA. I hope you are understanding, BAB, and so on up to BBB. What do you notice is A comma B cube is actually giving us all strings of length 3 made up of A comma B. See, there is any combination of A and B, all possible permutations of A comma B, but with the length 3. A comma B square is giving us all possible strings that can be made using A comma B, but of length 2. Similarly, obviously A comma B raised to I, where I is some power, will give us all possible strings made up of A comma B of length will be I. A comma B raised to I am talking about. So A comma B raised to I will give us all the strings of length I. Finally, our goal was to find A comma B closure, isn't it? A comma B closure. The story actually started from here, you watch. We had to find A plus B star, correct? Now, A plus B star, we said, is actually A comma B, because A plus B is A comma B closure. This is now given as A comma B raised to 0, which we found union. So we are doing union of all these sets A comma B raised to 1, union A comma B raised to 2, union. This will go on up to infinity, because you will be finding A comma B raised to 3, A comma B raised to 4, and so on. So you tell me what will be the union of this. The first set will be epsilon. The second one will contain A comma B. The third one will contain all the strings of size 2. Correct? Next one will contain all the strings of size 3 and so on. It will be an infinite set. This is A plus B star. Okay, don't worry. You might be thinking that means every time we have such a closure, good Lord, do we have to do so much of work? But actually, all these things were explained by your teacher to tell how you get this result. Now, once you understand the result, I'll be glad if you understand the statement. A plus B closure is exactly same as sigma star. Hello, what is sigma star? Sigma star is all possible strings made of or constructed using a comma b, constructed using sigma. Sigma is equal to a comma b. You know that this is a universal set. It will contain all possible strings. Now come on, a plus b closure contains all those strings. Check it out very well. It contains epsilon, it contains length 1 string, length 2 strings, length 3 strings, length 4 strings. Infinite strings it will contain, made up of a and b. That means next time if we are asked what does a plus b recognize, you should say it recognizes all the strings made up of a and b, a or b you can say, all strings made up of a or b of any length, isn't it? Of any length. So epsilon also included. Actually, it is so easy that epsilon will be included because there is closure, and closure basically means zero or more occurrences, isn't it? Zero or more occurrences. So it is but natural that when you have anybody's closure, epsilon will be there in that particular set. Okay, come again. No point in again repeating. You can obviously rewind the video and listen to what I said, but it's so important that you put it in words like this, that a plus b closure will will recognize all the strings which are made up of a or b of any length and of any sequence. B can come first, A can come last, whatever string you say about A plus B star. So if you are asked, will this string which I am writing be generated? A A B B A A B B. Yes, of course. This string is also there in this set. In the set, I have written very few strings, but this is an infinite string which will contain all possibilities of the strings that can be made using A plus B. Okay, let me check what did you follow from this. I'm changing the regular expression on top. Okay, I have finished explaining the first example on regular expression in this video. But then let us say that we are given, just imagine that we are given sigma is a b c. Imagine. So now there are three symbols in sigma and we can construct any string using these three symbols. And you are asked to write a regular expression which will generate all possible strings, check my words, generate all possible strings made up of ABC. Then what should be your regular expression? Yes, A or B or C, round bracket, closure. Tell me, what is this inner regular expression giving us? It will give us A, string A will be generated, string B, string C, and we are finding closure of this. So we will be, to do this, we will be finding A, B, C raised to 0, union A, B, C raised to 1, union, isn't it? A plus B raised to 2 and so on. So this first operation will give us epsilon. Second operation will give you letters of size or strings of size 1. But A plus B raised to 2 is going to give us AA, BB, CC and all possible combinations. And this will be an infinite set. So that's the meaning of A plus B closure. I hope you understood. Never ever forget this. Now let's repeat this point. Okay. Now the question asked is, if this regular expression is given, check the second question. Then what does it generate? Now you watch. It's so interesting and it's so easy for us. Once we understand meaning of A plus B closure, it's so easy to understand what the regular expression does. it is understood that all the strings accepted by this regular expression must begin with A. String must begin with A and must end with B. Last letter should be B. Correct? That means whatever strings are accepted will have first letter A, last letter B, and what about in between the two? How do you read this? How do you read this component? You say in between the first A and the last B, there can be any substring. Yes, it is the part of the string, isn't it? It can be any substring made up of A or B of any length. Check my words, any length. That means this middle component between A and B can be empty also, because there is a closure here and closure includes epsilon. So what will be the smallest string? It will be AB. I hope you are understanding. Epsilon is a part of this, isn't it? What else? What else? We can have AAB. How come? How can we have AAB here? Because first letter is A, okay. Last letter is B, fine. And does this A, this person A, does it come in A plus B star? Yes, of course. A plus B star contains A. In fact, A plus B star contains all the strings made up of A or B. What about ABB? Yes, this is first A, correct. Then we have last B, and who will recognize, who will accept this B? It is A plus B star. A plus B star can literally eat anything because it can generate any strings made up of A or B. Give me one more string, any string. Let's say A, B. Now first A, last B. Who generates this AA? This is A plus B star. This will take care of accepting this part, double A. And this goes on. Any string which has first letter A and last letter B, and in between there can be any component made up of A and B of any length. So will there be a string like this? You watch. A, B, A, B. Yes, of course. First A, correct? Last B, and what about this component, which I am marking here? This is in A plus B star. So A plus B star is responsible for accepting this component. Okay, what about this string which I am writing? Will it be accepted? A, B, 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 A. Impossible. Because now, okay, it starts with first A. Notice, I'll better write the regular expression again over here. The regular expression was A plus B star, B. Now, if you match this first A in the string with this A of the regular expression, okay. Now, you have to end your string with B, but the string is ending with A, you watch. Are you understanding? The string is ending with A, but the string should end with B. That's the regular expression given. So this string cannot be accepted. I hope you have understood how to read this example 2 regular expression. Let's see one more example. Oh, very interesting. Let's see this. What does this regular expression indicate? Now, don't make it complicated. You watch this. What does A plus B star mean? All strings constructed using a comma b of any length, correct? Remember this definition. Then what does this mean? A plus BB star, all strings constructed, I'll write in short, constructed using AA comma BB of any length, any length. That means you can take AA, repeat it any number of times. You can take BB, repeat it any number of times and make a string. So what will be the smallest string? Of course, AA. You are not concatenated it with BB. You can have BB, you have not taken AA component, but you can have AABB, isn't it? Or BBAA or AAAABB. What did you do here? You took this component AA twice, but BB only once. Or you can have BBBBAA. You took this BB component two times, but you took AA only once. But remember, A should be in pairs and B should be in pairs, because that's what it says, AA plus BB star. You can mix up AA and BB any way you want and of any length, and all such strings will be accepted. Please try to understand this string that I am writing. AAA BBBB is rejected. Yes, it's rejected because this first AA, okay, fits in our regular expression, which was AA plus BB star. But now, after matching the first pair AA, we have now got a singleton AA. The singleton AA fails the test because A should be in pairs and B should be in pairs. So this string will be rejected. That's how easy it is basically to read these regular expressions. Okay, so more examples we will see in the next video. Thank you very much.